night. It's 11. It's 11:12 Saturday night. I'm just getting off of work. Just getting off of work. As if you don't know, I work in recovery, so I'm always working around helping people out. I work in recovery, trying to keep people on the positive side, doing the right stuff instead of getting high and drinking all their life, blowing their life away, thinking their life ain't nothing else to their life, thinking they ain't gonna be shit, thinking they ain't gonna be shit because the people they around or the environment they around. Listen, I've been out 7 years now, right now, straight. This is the longest I've been out since the early 90s. Anybody that knows me out out there in Elizabeth, Newark area, even certain parts of New York, as they know me, my name is Studi. Call me King Hawk. A lot of people know me as King Hawk. But now, the person that I am right now, I go by Victor, Mr. Alvarado, Mr. Alvarado, LWO, Latinos with Opinions, or Latino World Order. I go by on my platforms, on my podcasts, whatever. But anyway, it's besides the point. When people say you need to change people, places, and things, it is a factor. It is a factor. Yes, it is. You have to do that. If you want to have a better opportunity, right, and start fresh. If your of starting fresh is to go back, know best, right, where you know how to hustle, where you know how to move and all that, you're wrong. Yes, no matter where you go, you bring you, of course. You bring you, so you bring the chaos with you, whatever type of baggage you have, right? But guess what? That baggage, right? When you don't have that same type of people around you, right? To share baggage with, right? To share baggage with and start, tag teaming and having a crime partner or a junkie partner to get high with and all that. When you don't have that shit no more, right? You can have you all you want. You can bring you all you want. It's going to be a time, right, that you're going to be noticing that, listen, shit ain't the same no more. It's the time to just give shit up. You got to give it up. You have to give it a listen. If you want new stuff to come into your life, you got to let go of the old. That's just the way it is. You got to let go of some stuff so you can receive some stuff. You have to do that. Listen, I went to a new place where I was not familiar with, where I wasn't from, right? And I had new opportunities, right? You got to put the footwork in, man. Right? Go to welfare, get your resources, get your assistance, get your food stamps, get your Medicaid, right? Try to get your license. Your license is very important. You're going to get that stuff. You just got to put the footwork in. I don't care how much I have restoration fee, I had surcharges. I was on a payment plan. I owed the child support, right? Back pay. I owed them $28,000, which was basically nothing. Within 5 years, that was already paid for, just because I was working. They took that every week. They was taking money out of my check, right? They took my income taxes, and guess what? It was done, right? I kept working. I kept keeping a job. I kept myself busy. yourself busy and keep pushing, right? Listen, you could make it. You could make it out here in society because your mind is going to start changing. You're going to start rewiring that brain, right? All my behaviors and all my ways that I have, yeah, I still got some shit in me, right? But I know how to control it. I'm not impulsive no more. I'm not compulsive no more. You know, my little anger shit and all this and that, I control it. I control it. As long as you ain't drinking and getting high and putting some shit in your head that's telling yourself in your head, souping yourself up, because that's what happens. You soup yourself up. You soup yourself up. You make yourself madder than what you are. You make yourself thorough than what you are. Your brain tells you, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and curse that nigga out. Go ahead and steal. Go ahead and do this. Go ahead and do that. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. But listen, man, there's a lot of opportunities out here. A lot of opportunities. A lot. You don't need to be blowing yourself up, man. Treating yourself lesser than anything, man, because you know what I'm saying, you don't know the first steps of using your resources or what to do out here. You know? Now you got Google. You got Google. You got ChatGPT. You got a man, even Alexa. You could get on Alexa and ask Alexa. You know, what's the first thing to do? How to do this? Where is this location at? Where's this number? Just gotta do it, man. Like sometimes, listen, honestly, sometimes I look back and I don't even know, man, like how I even made it this far. You know, in another area, in another town, in another county. You don't know how many times in my mind I wanted to just go back to where I was from. How many times I was fighting, these voices, these demons in my head telling me to go back to what I know, go back to what was easy for me, right? Just because it's easy. It was just easier, man, like to handle certain things. But see, they don't tell you, right, the pain and suffering you're going to go through again. You just know it. You know it's there. You know what you did to handle the last 20-something years of your life and how you did it. But you think in this day of time and this age you is, like, do you really think it's going to be the same if you end up back in the system? First off, you ain't dealing with the same type of people. The people is different. The generations is different. So your brain has to look that far. It has to look that far. Your cognitive thinking has to look that. If it don't look that far, and it's not using no common sense, it's setting you up. You're setting yourself up. You have to really sit back and contemplate on the things you're doing and ask yourself, if this is the route I really want to go, is this what it is, or can I really survive on a 9-to-5 and another part-time or 2 9-to-5s until I get a better gig or a better certification, right? Or a better trade? Because all you have to do is apply it, man. Do it. Get the resources. Listen, they're going to pay to send you to school. They're going to send you wherever you want to go. The money's there. You just got to show up. You got to show up. You can't procrastinate. You can't be lazy. You can't say, oh, it's too cold today, I'm not leaving the house. Or I ain't got no money, or I ain't got no ride, or nobody ain't gonna pick me up. You can't make these excuses. You can't be a baby. You can't have people baby. You gotta really get up and move that butt. You gotta move. You gotta move. You gotta hustle. You gotta grind. The same thing like back like in the drug game, but you just doing it to yourself. You hustling yourself. You selling yourself. You promoting yourself. You marketing yourself. Right? You investing in yourself. So you know what you're capable of doing. You know what you qualify for. Listen, I've been out here 7 years right now. 7. And you can't imagine, like, God is real. Let me tell you something. God is real. God is real. As real as it's ever gonna get. Listen, when I started going to church and started getting my life together with God, part of me was trying to shut it down and wasn't trying to let it happen or trying to let it go, right? But it was something inside of me that kept bringing me to church and kept telling me, nah, let's go to church. Nah, let's go to church. Nah, let's go to church. And I went and I was going and going, right? And showing up for Bible study and showing up for other programs with the church for the youth and events and this and that, right? And I just got, and even part of me was even putting YouTube on and listening to some pastors from other places, right? And a lot of stuff, man, was just landing right on me that it was like meant for me to listen and experience. And man, I learned so much, man. I learned so much, right? Even though I always believed in a higher power, I always acknowledged God, and I always felt them and understood when stuff was happening for me. I don't care what was happening, even when a lot of bad things was happening to me, I always knew that God was around. I always felt him. I knew he was around, and I knew whatever was going down, it was going down for a reason, right? And for now, I could tell you, man, I accept the bad, the good, the ugly, everything, because I know that it was all a process. A process. And if you stop trying to control stuff all the time, and stop trying to take the steering wheel all the time, and if you sit back and work your faith, right? Sit back and let him take the steering wheel, right? This isn't, not hypothetically, but you know what I'm saying, right? That's the talk, right? You just let him control the stuff that you can't control, point blank. And you will see how far he's going to take you, man. Like, it's not going to stop. It's never going to stop. The abundance, the abundance, the everything that's coming your way, right? It's gonna come your way. If anything that come your way that was for you, is for you. It is for you. And that's it. You gotta accept that. That's the way it was. Whatever happened, that's the way it was supposed to happen for whatever reason. And you could fight, you could bitch, you could moan, you could whatever, but that's what was supposed to happen. right? Now, start taking out the lesson behind it, everything that happened. Look up the lesson behind it, right? And right, because you're gonna find both in that tribulation, in that trial, right, in that adversity, in that whatever took place, right? And further on down the line, you're gonna see why that happened like that, right? It's all gonna fall in, it's all gonna fall in place, you know. So, I just want to, for whoever out there listening to this, and whoever, you understand, like, I have a podcast, man. Like, I'm on Spotify, Amazon, Podbean, and I didn't start it, to really like be out there and be somebody. Nah, I really did it. I really started it. I really started it because it was therapy for me, man. It was just conversation. That was it. Me expressing myself, me pretty much talking to myself. That was it, right? But it was out there because, right? Information that you have and your story could be a lot for someone else, right? Someone else needs to hear that. Someone else could use that, whatever. So I put it much in that sense to help people, right? And know that there is people out there that think like you, right? That goes through what you go through, that everything, experience stuff you went through, or have experience about certain stuff that you about to go through, right? So I did it on that note, right? I haven't got to the point of sitting on the table behind a laptop with a microphone type of scenery, right? Because I haven't really been on it like that, because that's not my job. Like, I didn't make that a job figure for me, you know. That's what I do, right? Uh, because I have a job, I work. But I did it as a hobby type of thing. But and it's out there, it's out there. But by any chance, if that's my calling and if that's what I need to do, have sit downs and have people come and talk, or whatever. If that's what needs to be done to get some points across and put some information out there, that that's what it is. It doesn't, But I do work in recovery. I do like to share stuff about that and help people. And if I can help anybody in any type of way, I would do so. But one thing's for certain, God was the one who put it all together for me. Like, as soon as I started believing in him, he pretty much believed in me, and that's how it goes. Whoever's out there listening and is hanging out this time of night on a Saturday, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you logging in, subscribing, viewing, showing love. Even if you tell me I'm talking too much or I'm cursing too much, thank you. I take it as a pull up. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be cursing like that. I just was trying to express myself at a certain point. Sorry about that, Susan. I love you. Thank you. Everybody, if you out there, get home safe. Stay safe, stay warm. All right, the weather's a little crazy right now. Tomorrow, Sunday, I gotta get to church and get my family to church. Get get some God in me, right? Freshen up for the week, right? With the Holy Spirit. That's how it goes. Thank you, everybody. God bless. This is LWO. Signing off. God bless everyone. Peace. Good night.